No, she's a great woman. I love her to this day.
And I'm never gonna stop loving her. I'm never gonna stop checking.
Justin has always been so open about how he really feels about Selena, his very first love. Even though he's married now, the bees still crash the air. When Selena's engagement news broke, fans honestly weren't shocked. You know how it goes. It always sucks seeing someone you love with someone else. But the tea just got way hotter because word on the street is that his new album is Selena-themed. Hailey is reportedly pissed about this juicy detail, and I've got all the tea you need. So, buckle up. Let's start with what the believers have been manifesting hard: Justin Bieber's long-awaited comeback album. It's been dry for so long since we haven't gotten a full album from the Canadian pop prince since Justice back in 2021. That's a whopping 4 years of musical ghosting, which in today's streaming world might as well be ancient history. But the wait might finally be over because receipts are coming in hot, showing our boy is back in the studio working on his 7th studio album, which fans have dubbed JB7. The timeline has been dropping breadcrumbs for months now. Back in January and March 2025, Justin flooded the grid with studio pics and snippet teasers, sending the fandom into complete chaos mode trying to figure out what this era is about. For those curious about collabs, the lineup looks low-key stacked. According to the hottest receipts, Justin's been working with indie artist MKG, who spilled in a September 2024 interview that they're making some pretty wild stuff together. This collab is giving serious experimental vibes, meaning Justin might be serving something totally different from his usual pop blueprint. His ride-or-die producer Harv spilled major tea in an April 2025 post, saying the album is almost done with some crazy records, which is basically code for prepare to have your wigs snatched. The producer team is insane. DJ Tay James, Carter Lang, Eddie Benjamin, Siku, and Dylan Wiggins all on board. It's giving Dream Team energy. So, what's the sonic vibe for this new Bieber era? No official word yet, but the streets are buzzing that it's leaning R&B with hip-hop influences. If that's true, it shows growth and evolution from the more pop-heavy Justice, proving Justin's not afraid to switch things up and keep reinventing himself. As for a release date, it's still very much source trust me bro territory. Though the internet is convinced we'll get it sometime in 2025, Justin hasn't dropped an official date. Timeline predictions from fans range anywhere from literally any day now to years away, which is peak fandom uncertainty. What's making this era even spicier isn't just the music, it's the behind-the-scenes context. According to Hollywood Reporter receipts from April 27, 2025, Justin's planning a full creative retreat to some Nordic country to finish the album. It's giving Find Yourself vibes, like he's seeking major inspiration and fresh energy to pour into this project. But here's where it gets messy. There might be some serious financial pressure building. Multiple sources, including India Times in January 2025, are exposing that money troubles could actually be the real push behind Justin's comeback. The tea suggests he's still carrying debt, after canceling his 2022 Justice World Tour because of his Ramsay Hunt diagnosis. Plus, his allegedly bougie spending habits aren't helping. The Express Tribune article from January 21, 2025, basically hints without saying that Justin needs that streaming revenue and tour bag ASAP. This adds such a juicy layer to the comeback story. Is it the artist in him or the panicked accountant? The plot thickens. The financial struggles narrative got even more intense when News International dropped a bombshell on May 3rd. In 2025, reports dropped that Justin's inner circle is seriously worried about his bank account situation. Now, while we always gotta take celeb gossip with a big grain of salt, this definitely paints a picture of some potential off-camera struggles. It's also worth noting how much Justin's whole vibe has shifted since his last album. Back in August 2024, he and Hailey welcomed Baby Jack Blues Bieber, which is literally his biggest era yet. This major life plot twist is almost guaranteed to influence the album's storytelling. Becoming a dad usually gives artists a whole new perspective to pour into their music. But the album rollout hasn't been without its messy moments. Nuala.com spilled that Justin's professional breakup with longtime manager Scooter Braun in early 2025 might be causing some timeline delays. This business split is huge character development for Justin's career, considering Scooter basically discovered baby Bieber and shaped his entire rise to the top. Stan reactions to all this album news? Absolutely unhinged, as expected. Reddit threads are serving as a whole mood board of emotions. Some fans deep in manifestation mode for this new chapter, while others are stuck in anxiety era, worried that 4 years of ghosting might hurt the album's impact. There's also major discourse about potential themes, with predictions that love, relationships, personal growth, and daddy-era lyrics will take center stage. The gossip mill hasn't been shy either, serving piping hot but totally unfounded rumors about Hailey Bieber's involvement in the album. Some conspiracy theorists are saying she's the secret puppet master behind the creative process, though most of the fandom has called cap on these claims. This just shows how Justin's personal relationships, especially with the women in his life, remain under a microscope. The parasocial connection between Justin's music and his personal life has always been the internet's favorite fixation, particularly when it comes to his Selena Gomez chapter. With both artists potentially dropping projects in the same release window, stans are inevitably connecting dots and hunting for lyrical Easter eggs about their shared history. X-posts from accounts like Oh Worthy Bieber have been celebrating Justin's former team being completely excluded from this new project, suggesting there might be some behind-the-scenes tea we're only getting cryptic breadcrumbs about. This adds yet another layer of intrigue to an already complex narrative. The Day album is reportedly part of a 4-album deal with Def Jam, which tells us that despite Justin's hiatus era, his label is still very much in their "we believe in you" mode when it comes to his commercial star power and artistic vision. This long-term commitment suggests that, financial tea aside, there's still strong institutional faith in Justin's ability to deliver absolute bops and connect deeply with his audience. So, while we wait for more concrete receipts about Justin's new music, it's crystal clear this album is way more than just a collection of songs. It's potentially the comeback of the decade, a financial lifeline, a new chapter in his dad era, and maybe even a sub-tweet aimed at the ongoing narrative around his personal life. The stakes? They're giving Mount Everest vibes, and the believers couldn't be more ready to eat up every bit of this extended Bieber drought. Now, let's switch gears to the other major player in this celeb cinematic universe, Selena Gomez, and her recent musical era. While Justin's been cooking up his comeback, Selena has been living her productivity queen life, dropping her 4th studio album I Said I Love You First on March 21, 2025. This project, a collaborative masterpiece with her fiancé, Benny Blanco, already sent the industry and stan Twitter into total meltdown. The standard edition of I Said I Love You First is packed with 14 tracks, featuring collabs with artists like Gracie Abrams, The Maras, and J Balvin. But Selena said, more is more, and blessed us with a deluxe edition titled I Said I Love You First and You Said It, back on May 2, 2025, serving extra tracks and remixes. This expanded edition has given the fandom even more lyrics to obsess over and theorize about on TikTok. The album has been a major streaming win, charting in the top 10 worldwide, including the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and across Europe. Critics have mostly been in their supportive era as well, praising Selena's artistic evolution and the emotional depth she's serving throughout the project. But what really has the internet in full detective mode isn't just the bops themselves, it's the tea about who or what inspired certain tracks. Despite Selena explicitly saying in a Spotify video on March 19, 2025, that most of this album has nothing to do with what everyone assumes. Stan Twitter and media outlets have been connecting dots faster than conspiracy theorists, interpreting several songs as Bieber sub-tweets. Selena herself said, "Most of this album has nothing to do with what everyone may go to. And, I think, it's important for me to say that because I've evolved so much and experienced life with new people. I've had to go through transitions with friends, lose people in my life, gain new people, and I've had a whole new life forever." One track that's especially got everyone in their FBI era is You Said You Were Sorry. The lyrics include lines like, "But I had a dream. You said you were sorry, said you were sorry. Sorry for everything that you put on me, and our eyes were. Bawling rain, we finally both forgave. Yeah, I had a dream. That's all it was. Yeah, that was enough for me." People magazine posted receipts on March 21, 2025, about how fans are convinced these lyrics show Selena finding closure through dreaming about a Justin apology. The forgiveness and moving on themes definitely match their well-documented on-again, off-again situationship history. Another track causing chokeholds on the timeline is How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten, with savage lyrics like, "You're so embarrassing. Go cry where no one's watching. I can't imagine it. How does it feel? To be forgotten?" Many fans are convinced Selena is reading Justin for filth here, especially given his history of emotional social media moments over the years. A blog post from March 22, 2025, noted that fans are buzzing about this song, where the 32-year-old pop star sings lines some believe are aimed at Bieber. The no-filter vibe of the lyrics has absolutely fueled this interpretation, despite Selena's attempts to shut down the speculation. A third track that's serving potential Bieber tea is Don't Want to Cry, featuring lyrics like, "I should cause a scene for what you've done to me. The saddest part is, we both know that I would never leave, and you know how it goes. Everybody knows I'm just another hand you hold." These lines are giving serious toxic relationship vibes that many fans link to the darker chapters of the Yelena saga. But the tea doesn't stop at Justin. Some media outlets are suggesting Hailey is catching stray shots too. Pop Matters suggested tracks like Don't Take It Personally and How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten could be subtle. Hailey drags, especially noting Selena's delivery on lines like, "Don't waste all your energy. We both know that he loves me," which is giving major "I'm still the one that got away" energy, referencing her history with Justin. However, we need to acknowledge Selena has clarified that Don't Take It Personally is actually about a past situation where she was the ex, not current Hailey drama. This adds layers to the fan theories and reminds us not to jump to conclusions without the artist's context. The speculation has absolutely exploded on social media, especially on platforms like X. Posts from accounts like You Hit Split Music have even claimed that Selena is getting even with Justin by kicking him while he's down, suggesting some serious petty revenge vibes lurking behind the album. Another post from Newsweek hinted at something similar. These unverified claims are peak celebrity gossip culture surrounding the album drop. But honestly, they're giving full-source trust me bro energy compared to Selena's actual statements about her creative intentions. Fan reactions to the album have been serving pure main character energy, with many stans loving Selena's vulnerability. Comments on YouTube videos about the album include supportive slays like, "Yes, girl. Get it all off your chest and say it with your chest. So proud of you. Thank you, Benny, for loving her and making her feel safe enough to get it off her chest." No matter who inspired the tracks, the songs are clearly hitting home for listeners, in their feelings. But not all reactions have been stan mode. A shady post from APRLN of Popstand on April 6, 2025 claimed, "I'm not surprised Selena Gomez fans are photoshopping likes by Justin. She just dropped an album that flopped so hard the public is talking more about Justin Bieber, who's on hiatus and hasn't dropped new music in 4 years. They need his clout to promote her flop album. This comment highlights the toxic stan wars and the intense competition some fans project between Selena and Justin. Media coverage of the album has been sending mixed signals about possible Bieber connections. BuzzFeed posted an article on March 24, 2025, noting the chaotic discourse with one tweet saying, "Selena Gomez writing about Justin Bieber with her current fiancé is kind of crazy, but the songs are great. This perfectly captures the 'it's messy, but we're here for it' energy of public reactions." Online published an article on March 21, 2025, highlighting Selena's denial of targeting anyone specifically in her songs, while still acknowledging the stan theories. This creates that classic tension between what the artist says versus what the listeners hear, a tale as old as time in music analysis. We can't ignore that Selena and Benny's relationship adds another whole dimension to this story. The couple hard-launched their engagement in December 2024, and their personal and professional lives are now totally intertwined. Benny, a major hitmaker with credits on tracks for Katy Perry and Maroon 5, he is co-starring on the album, highlighting their power couple vibes in music and life. Some fans have been side-eyeing the timing of Selena's album in relation to Justin's teased comeback. A post from Let Justin Cook on January 19, 2025, through Shade said, "So Selena Gomez commented on a song she made about Justin Bieber and is now teasing her album immediately after Justin started teasing his. Her obsession should be studied at ATP. This is scary. This comment shows some stans think Selena's release is deliberately timed to compete with or respond to Justin's upcoming era. Regardless of all the tea and wild theories, I said I love you." First represents a major milestone in Selena's discography. As her fourth studio album, it's showcasing her growth as an artist and her willingness to get vulnerable and personal in her music. The Benny collab adds a whole new layer, blending their creative energies in a way that feels authentic to their relationship. The album's commercial and critical W proves that whatever inspired it, the music is really connecting with audiences on a deep level. Sure, the speculation about Justin and Hailey connections might be driving engagement and clicks, but at the end of the day, the music is doing the talking. Now, let's zoom in on the Jelena-Hailey triangle and the never-ending tea that just keeps spilling. The parasocial phenomenon between Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez continues to live, rent-free in pop culture's collective brain. Every move these three make gets dissected for the tiniest crumbs of tea or alleged shade. Even though all three seem to be in their moved-on era, Justin and Hailey fully in parent mode with Baby Jack Blues, and Selena engaged to Benny Blanco, this triangle refuses to flop in public consciousness. In fact, recent social media behavior and IRL moments have cranked the speculation up to chaotic maximum levels about their complicated dynamic. One of the messiest moments happened in early April 2025, when Justin posted a meme on Instagram featuring Gollum from The Lord of the Rings with the caption, "Girls on social media when they get engaged." This shady post dropped right around Selena's engagement announcement and their collab album release, leading countless stans to read it as direct shade at his ex. BuzzFeed rounded up stan reactions, highlighting comments like, "Such an immature. OMG, he's a father now. It's been almost a decade. When will he get over it?" These responses are serving big, "Sir, you're a whole dad now" energy about the perceived inability of these celebs to fully close their shared chapter, adding fuel to an already blazing dumpster fire. Reports surfaced on April 6, 2025, claiming Justin briefly liked a pic of Selena and Benny, then quickly unliked it, with Selena allegedly pulling the same move. These split-second social media moments might seem minor to normies, but under the celebrity microscope, they instantly become breaking news and endless TikTok conspiracy fodder. Hailey Bieber has caught mad strays in this drama too. In late April 2025, Fans started a full-on discourse comparing her acceptance speech at the Daily Front Row's 9th Annual Fashion Awards to a 2021 Selena interview, accusing Hailey of being a Selena clone. This sparked brutal comments online, with users calling Hailey a creepy stalker obsessed with being Selena 2.0. No. Back in March 2025, Hailey's team had to release a statement denying claims she double-tapped a TikTok post dragging Selena and Benny, calling those allegations completely fabricated. Her rep said, "This never happened. This entire story has been fabricated by a content creator looking to capitalize off of an old, tired narrative." This response is giving strong "we're so over this narrative" vibes as these celebs keep getting dragged into storylines they're clearly trying to escape. On March 17, 2025, Hailey posted a cryptic message. "People take the information they're fed and they draw a picture of who you are. Most of the time, it's wrong." While not directly addressing the copycat accusations, this post was heavy with subtweet energy toward the constant hate and scrutiny she faces as Justin's wife and Selena's perceived rival. But the most concerning might be Justin's well-being amid all this internet chaos. In April 2025, sources claimed he's been giving manic energy, not sleeping or eating properly, with Hailey reportedly asking their church friends for prayer support. His Coachella 2025 appearance was described as spaced out, with articles noting his thin appearance and distant energy. On April 20th, 2025, Mar posted a report saying people in Justin's inner circle were seriously freaked out by his concerning Coachella behavior. Some speculators have linked these struggles to the ongoing pressure and public scrutiny surrounding his Selena past and Hailey present. Hola ran an article in February 2025 suggesting Justin's unusual behavior could be tied directly to Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco, implying that despite the years-long timeline, her major life milestones still impact him emotionally. These reports, while giving "trust me bro" vibes, paint a worrying picture of his mental health. Drama hit a new level of toxicity in early May 2025 when fans accused Justin and Hailey stans of creating fake news about Benny Blanco cheating on Selena. Post from A-pop factions claimed Justin and Hailey's fans hacked Selena's TikTok account and started the rumor, meaning the stan communities themselves are now deep into their villain era, actively fueling the chaos. In response to the perceived shade, Selena and Benny flooded Instagram with totally loved-up PDA, clearly unbothered by the noise. These Instagram posts, including a beach pic with Benny written in the sand, looked like a direct, thriving clapback to any negativity about their relationship. Public appearances continue feeding the gossip machine, too. On March 22, 2025, the day Selena's album dropped, Justin and Hailey were spotted on a sushi date in West Hollywood. The timing had many reading it as a deliberate united front in response to Selena's potentially shady lyrics. It's wild that this triangle obsession exists despite years having passed since the Selena era officially ended. Their final breakup was in March 2018, with Justin marrying Hailey that September. Yet here we are, 7 years later, and the internet is still completely obsessed with their intertwined storylines. This enduring fascination speaks to the powerful parasocial connection of first love stories, especially those that played out so publicly. Justin and Selena's relationship spanned from 2010 to 2018, covering their formative years as they leveled up from teens to young adults. Their multiple breakups and makeups created a dramatic narrative that had fans treating their story like the ultimate slow burn romance novel. When Hailey entered the chat in 2018, she added a whole new character to this parasocial storyline. As Justin's wife and baby mama, she's now permanently part of his life story. Yet the internet keeps comparing her to Selena in an endless who wore it better game. This comparison is probably exhausting for all three celebs, reducing them to characters in an The reality check. All three have evolved massively since the Jelena era. Justin and Hailey are deep in their family phase with baby Jack, while Selena is thriving in her Benny Blanco era, building her empire across music, acting, and beyond. Yet, the shadow of their shared history follows them everywhere, shaping how the public perceives their current lives and relationships. Social media. The biggest villain in perpetuating this narrative? Platforms like Instagram, X, and TikTok turn every post, like, and comment into potential clues for stan detectives. Entire conspiracy theories spawn from the tiniest crumbs. The real-time nature of these platforms means one single post can ignite a whole new wave of drama within minutes. Stan communities themselves have become the main characters in this ongoing saga. Supporters of each celeb locked in full-on stan wars, sometimes even creating or amplifying fake news. The tribalism between Team Selena and Team Hailey fuels a toxic environment where neutral perspectives are rarer than a drama-free day in this triangle. Media coverage only pours gasoline on the fire. Countless articles obsessively analyze every micro-expression and social media move, dissecting the triangle from every possible angle. Sensationalist headlines guarantee that even the smallest interaction makes front-page gossip, keeping the narrative trending non-stop in public discourse. Fast forward to May 2025, and the situation is still giving strong can't escape your past energy, despite everyone's attempts to move on. Justin's upcoming album and Selena's recent drop provide fresh fuel for speculation, while their personal lives remain under the internet's unblinking collective microscope. The big question: will Justin and Selena ever truly break free from their shared history's gravitational pull? Maybe it's just the inevitable tax of falling in love amid stan culture, every moment documented, analyzed, and archived by millions. Or perhaps, as some fans theorize, there are genuine unresolved feelings that keep bubbling up through their music and social media behavior. For Hailey, the challenge of being forever compared to her husband's famous ex must be exhausting on a whole different level. Despite building her own brand and identity, she remains permanently linked to Selena in the public imagination, a connection showing no signs of fading even years into being Mrs. Bieber. As all three navigate their careers and personal lives, they do so carrying the weight of this ongoing narrative. Every move gets filtered through the lens of their tangled past, creating a world where true privacy and independent identity feel almost impossible. The saga of Justin, Selena, and Hailey stands as a massive reality check on how celebrity relationships transcend timelines, becoming permanent fixtures in pop culture mythology that can last for years, even decades. For these three main characters, moving forward means knowing their triangle will likely stay living rent-free in the internet's brain for the foreseeable future.